welcome back to my channel. I seen this woman in the grocery store today and it brought back some memories. This Spanish girl in high school thought she was gonna bully me and we got into a fight. And it was crazy when I seen her, y'all. It's just like a bunch of memories came back. And I had to come share this story. I have a story time about when I was in high school and this girl thought she was gonna bully me and we got to fighting, y'all. But before I get into the story time, if you're new here, thank you for clicking on. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below. And if you return it, thank you, honey. Somebody asked me in my comments, did I have any other social media? I do. I have a Facebook account, but I don't really use that. I don't really post on there like that. I post like every other year on my birthday to let my family and friends know I'm alive, and that's about it. I have an Instagram, but it's not of me. I had that back when COVID, when I was selling handbags. So that's really like an old Instagram account. It don't really have much on it, so I wouldn't want to put it down for you guys to follow me. I just have my YouTube. You can subscribe to me, hit your notification bell so you can keep up with me and know when I upload. And yeah. So, y'all, this story time happened when I was in high school, 2010 to be exact. I was in 10th grade, and this was my first time getting suspended from school. So this day, it was a normal day in school. I had a group of friends. I'm not gonna get them names. It was a boy and like 4 girls. We all hung together from 9th grade to 10th grade. You know, they were my friend or whatever. They were my friends. We hung out. Now, I'm the type of girl, I was very quiet. I got along with everybody. I didn't really have issues with nobody, y'all. Like, I got along with everybody. Beef was not my thing. I was not used to it. I barely argued with people. I got along with everybody. I was in a band. I was a flagette for like 2 years, my 11th and 12th grade year. I had friends. Nobody really bothered me, y'all. But I had this group of friends. They were low-key messy. The boy that was in the group, he turned out to be a little flamboyant in the end, which is okay. But you know, he was messy in high school. So was the girls I used to hang with. So I'm in class and our seats were like lined up. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in rows. And like, whatever across the classroom. So that's how we sat, right? So we were all clicked up. You know how it is in high school. You have your cliques. My friends and I, we sat in one part of the class, and these girls who thought they were gonna bully me, they sat in like the back of us. So like, if I have to look at her, I had to look behind me. So my friends or whatever, we in class, we having a good time. We just came from lunch. I remember that. We just came from lunch because we were still eating on snacks. And we were loud. We were loud. We were having a good time in class. We was just talking to each other, laughing or whatnot, talking about whatever. And I guess we were irritating the Spanish girls behind us, because one of them said something in Spanish. And I know she was talking shit, but I just didn't know what she said. So I look around and I just, kind of mean mugged her, like, who is you talking to or whatever. But I didn't say nothing. She continued to say what she said in her language, which is Spanish. And we got on with the day, right? So me and my friends, we left class. The next class, it wasn't every day we went to that science class. It was like every other day. So we didn't see her every day. So the day after the next day, we had that class again. And now I had another friend. We're gonna call her Ebony. That's her real name because I don't think she mind telling this story because it's so crazy. So me and Ebony, like I said, we had lunch before that science class. So this specific day, I didn't hang with my group of friends. I don't know. They were off doing their own thing, and this day I was hanging with Ebony. So me and Ebony, we in lunch. We're in lunch, and you know how it is. I don't know how y'all high school was, but my high school, we served like fried chicken. We had Papa John's at our school. They served us hot sausages, chips, cookies. So people literally, when the bell rung, people used to run to the cafeteria at my school. It was ridiculous. They used to run for that fried chicken and put hot sauce on it, get them some chips, a Gatorade, and that was a lunch for us. That's why we so chunky today. So me and Ebony, we link up. We in line. We waiting to get our fried chicken or whatever. And the line is packed. We're like everybody is like smushed on each other, like literally, you know what I mean? So me and Ebony, I'm in front of Ebony, and Ebony was in the back of me. And in the back of her was the Spanish girl. And so I don't know if I want to give her name, but the Spanish girl, we're gonna call her Ruby. I don't know, they just came to mind. Ruby. So Ruby was standing behind Ebony in line, right? So I don't know what happened. Somebody must be was pushing and shoving, you know, like I said, we were all like back to chest in line. It was really tight. So somebody must be pushed somebody in line, and I don't know. And I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember it was a thick line and we all end up like falling kind of, right? So Ruby was behind Ebony, and I don't know what happened. When we all got pushed to the ground, I just look in the back and I hear Ruby and her little friend, she's speaking that Spanish shit again. She talking some stuff under her breath, and she, you know what I'm saying? She ain't really translating English so I can clap back. So I just knew she was talking crap. So I told Ebony, I said, don't say nothing to her. So I continue waiting in line. I got my tray and I get my food. And me and Ebony, we sit down. We had a good lunch. We sat down, we ate. You know how it is in high school. We should chill with our other friends, beat on the table, whatever, have a good time. I told Ebony, I said, I don't know who she thinks she finna bully because it's not me. I never been that girl. I've always been cool with everybody. I never had my name in people's mouth really. I never like heard rumors about me. I never really had a fight before. Like the last time I had a physical fight before that probably was like elementary school over some dumb crap. That didn't mean nothing, right? So I told Ebony, we were sitting down. I told Ebony, I said, I'm going to get her because the back and forth is what I don't do. I don't know how to argue, y'all. I don't know if you understand. Like, I don't have the energy. I be out of breath half of the time. Like, I don't have energy to fight with people, argue with people. Like, let's give me my one. That's just the mindset I had. Like, I had never had a fight, but I surprised myself, y'all. I surprised myself when I said I wanted my one with her. And I meant that. So lunch let out. Me and Ebony, we had a good lunch. She go her way because she was an upperclassman. She was older than me about 2 years. I was in the 10th grade. Ebony was graduating. She was in the 12th. She go to her class. I go to my class. So I'm walking through the hallways, y'all. Just come out the bathroom and I see Ruby. I see Ruby and she's saying something about my legs. Like I've always had thick thighs, y'all. I've always had thick thighs. I've always had thick thighs. I've noticed I was like a little chubbier than other kids in elementary. One day, the I don't know, some instructors they came out and they did the little eye test on you. They made you, you know, sit on the ground with your legs out and you have to reach and touch your toes to check your spine. And then they weighed us. And the other kids, I noticed that they were like I don't know, 80, 90 pounds, 100 pounds. Y'all, I was like 120, maybe 130. And I was like, yeah, I'm a little chunky. I'm a little chunky or whatever. So that's when I noticed. But I walking through the hallway. Anyway, I walking through the hallway, I seen Ruby, right? So Ruby, she said something about my legs, and I am a cellulite girl. I am a cellulite girl. I have cellulite on these big thighs. I'm beautiful. I think I'm beautiful. But she said something about the cellulite. You know what I mean? She said something about my cellulite. Like, homegirl, it doesn't matter if I have cellulite. I'm fine. You feel what I'm saying? So, whatever. So I know she said something about cellulite because she said something in Spanish, and then she said cellulite, right? As she was walking past me. I look at her, she look at me, and we eat each other. Right? And that just added fuel to my fire because I was like, I'm gonna beat this bitch up. I'm gonna beat her up because nobody have never really called me names before, y'all. Like really, nobody never really bothered me. I don't bother nobody. I don't be into it with nobody. So that really like put fuel to my damn fire. That night, I get on the phone. I told y'all I had a group of friends, but we weren't close like that. Something in my spirit told me that they were messy, so I kind of kept my distance from these group of friends. Needless to say, I used to hang with Ebony more than I hung with them. So that night, I called Ebony on the phone, and I'm like, "Yo." When we left lunch, I seen Ruby again. Like I seen Ruby, this Spanish girl who been bothering me, and she said I have cellulite on my thighs. Like it was so petty. We in high school arguing about cellulite, y'all. Anyways, I told her, I said, I want my one. Like, I was so serious. Like, I don't know. People be taking me for a joke, but I really wanted my one. And I'm till this day, y'all, I surprised the hell out of myself. Like that taught me that I don't play. I don't like people bothering me. I can't handle beef. I don't know what beef is. If it ain't a steak, I don't know what it is. I don't know how to beef. Anyways, so me and Ebony on the phone and we talking about it. I tell her what she said to me in the hallway. And Ebony didn't really know what to say because I'm a pretty girl or whatever. I never really had any problems. So she didn't have really much to say. She just, she had my back. Like if we had to jump that her, we was gonna jump her or whatever. We didn't really talk much about her. Like Ruby wasn't an ugly girl. She was okay. She had like long black hair. She was nice size. She used to dress nice. We wore uniform at our school. We only got to wear like jeans and like cargo pants or black pants, whatever, but we had to wear like a uniform top, which was like a green shirt, a gold shirt, a black shirt, a white shirt. I'm a green and gold. You know what I mean? So I wasn't talking crap about her behind her back. Like this whole time, I really was just angry at her. I wanted her head. Like I don't know where that fuel came from in me, but I didn't really have much to say about her. So me and Ebony was not really talking smack about her. We was just talking about how she not gonna play with me like that. So the next week, y'all, I think this was like the next week because this couldn't have happened in the same week because this girl was bothering me for like 2 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks. So like the next week, y'all, like I told you, in the other story time, my dad used to drop me to school. So I get out of the truck and I go inside of the schoolhouse. I walk past the office and guess who I see at the entrance with her group of friends? Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby. So I just keep walking. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I just keep walking. Now, what bothered me was when I walked past them, her and her little friends, they just snarkled. They laughing. And I look at her and I asked her, so what's funny? I asked her what's funny. And she didn't say anything. Them Spanish girls, they love, like, no offense to Spanish people. I love Spanish people. This is no offense to Spanish people. I love them. My best friend is from Nicaragua. Like, literally, I have no problem. It's just I'm just describing to her behavior to you and what she was doing to antagonize me. So when I said what's funny, she just looked back at her friends on the bench and they just in their language just talking Spanish, looking at me, giggling or whatever. You could tell just being shady. You could just feel that energy. They were being shady, antagonizing me, right? Again, she didn't know that was just fueling fire in me because I don't like to be messed with. So when they said what they said in their little language, I just kept walking, y'all. I just kept walking. Guess who I meet up with? I meet up with Ebony, y'all. So that's my girl. So I meet up with Ebony, and again, I'm expressing my feelings. I'm telling Ebony what just happened. I seen Ruby in the front of the school with her friends. They just tried me. They just shaded me. You feel me? I ain't like that at all. So Ebony telling me to chill, relax. This school girl, like, I'm in the 10th grade. I never been suspended. She was like, you ain't that type of girl. Relax. Like, okay, I relax. So after me and Ebony talk, I calmed down a little bit and I'm like, cool, I'll let her slide or whatever. We had a field trip that week, and this had to be one of those days where me and her had a same class together. My daddy gave me some money, like a bunch of ones and some fives or whatever, probably like $50, $60. I don't know. Anyway, I remember putting that money in my book bag and like, the side pocket of the book bag. I remember, like not the one that's like open, but you can zip it on the side. I put my money in there because my pockets probably wasn't deep or something. I don't know why I didn't put it on me, but it had to be a reason. I remember putting the money on the side of the book bag, right? So we go to class, and the field trip was at the end of the day. It was like an after school type of field trip thing to where the last period of the day, we were going to board the bus and go to the field trip. So before my last class, I did have that science class with Ruby. I'm in class with my so-called friend group, and we chilling. Everybody in class, we leave our book bags in the classroom when we go into the bathroom or when we go into another class because that's our, what I did. Because if I'm going to the bathroom, I can leave my book bag in the class with my so-called friends, and nothing will happen. So I remember going to the bathroom and I left my book bag in the class, and I come back and everything look okay. The girls didn't say nothing to me. Ruby, she didn't look my way. Nobody said nothing to me. My friends went to acting normal. Everything was cool. So it's time for us to go to the last class so we can go to the field trip. Well, the group that I was in. And I get on the bus and I'm just so happen to be looking through my book bag for something and I don't see my money. Like the side pocket is completely empty. I don't see my money. Like it's gone. I don't see anything. So like I can still go on a field trip because it's already paid for, but like I can't buy anything. I can't do anything extra. Like I can't do anything on this trip. So I was like, dang, how did I lose my money? You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of weird. Like how did I lose my money? So it was a bum trip. I don't remember where we went, honestly. I went to so many trips in high school. I don't remember where we went. But it was a bum trip. I didn't get to do no, just the basic things. Didn't get to buy nothing extra. It was an okay trip. So I get home. I called Ebony because I hadn't seen her most of that day. And we catching up, we talking. She telling me about how she was getting ready to sign up for the Army because I told y'all she was graduating and she did go to the Army. She's doing so good in life now. You know what I mean? We talking about her enrolling to the Army. I'm talking about my junior year, talking about how I went on this boring field trip. Somebody stole my money. I don't know who stole my money. And, whatever. I had never in a million years thought anybody from my class took it from me. I thought I lost it. I thought maybe it fell out of my book bag, whatever. So one day, I don't know, somehow, that boy I told you that was in our little friend group, we were talking one day and he just let it out. He was like, when you went to the bathroom that day, we seen Ruby and her friends, they were like fondling with your book, with your bag or whatever. We don't know what they took, but we seen them laughing and stuff and they took something out your bag. And I asked him, I said, well, why you didn't say anything? And he said, because he didn't see them like really take nothing. He just seen them like fondling with my bag, looking at it, being messy, whatever. That's why I say they were not my friends, because no friend of mine would just let some girls that don't like me go through my stuff, touch my stuff, stare at my stuff. Like, no, I wouldn't allow that if you were my friend, but they allowed it to happen to me. So whatever. And that's who took my money. He said he seen Ruby going through my stuff. He claimed he didn't see her take my money, but Ruby and her friends, y'all, they took my money. And he said when they went to lunch, that him and, because different days, different periods, we had different lunch. I don't know. I guess I didn't have lunch with him or them that day. I didn't see Ruby in lunch that day. He said Ruby and her friends, they were in lunch. They were stacked up. He said they had pizza, chicken wings, all kind of snacks, her and all her friends, and they was having a good time. On my dollar, y'all. The money that I was supposed to go on the field trip with, she stole from me. She stole from me. And all of them had a good time at lunch, was eating off my dollar. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That pissed me off even more. But let's get to the day that we got into a fight. So this day, everything always stemmed from lunch, y'all. So this day we were in lunch again, and I'm with my good girl, Ebony. And again, they love that fried chicken. So our lines used to be like packed, y'all. Like used to be like really packed. So we're in line again. Oh, this day, Ebony was in front of me and I was behind Ebony. But guess what, y'all? Guess who was behind me this day? Ruby. Ruby and her little crew. So I look back. Ruby's behind me. She didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing back. Cool. These kids were savages. They act like they never ate at home. They were starving. It's ridiculous, y'all. They were starving like Marvin. So again, everybody is back to chest in the line. We squished. We pushed. It's kids in the back of the line pushing us. So when you so close together, if somebody fall, it's like a domino effect. It pushes everybody. So Ruby gets pushed into me. So when she pushed into me, I didn't even say nothing, y'all. I told you I'm not a troublemaker. Even if she was being shady, I heard she stole my money. I should have got her ass then in that lunch line, but I was waiting. So She pushed into me. I just looked at her. I didn't say nothing, y'all. I didn't say anything. She said something. She kept speaking her language. She had that up on me. That's why I be practicing Spanish today. You won't ever get up on me like that again. She get to talking that language. She did her Spanish. And it's crazy. I wish I understood. Because she just knew I didn't understand. But I knew she was talking crap about me. Her and her friends got to laughing. Ebony was telling me to chill. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I remember that I had these twists, y'all. I don't know if y'all used to wear twists in high school, but I did. Like the long twists. I had them in like half of the year. Take them out, get them redone. They were so convenient and they last very long. So I used to have like plaits. I had these long plaits in my head. Right? So we get our food, me and Ebony, we sit down, and the whole time we sitting down, I am quiet. I am quiet because I was plotting, y'all. I remember this. I was so mad inside because this girl keep trying me. Why she keep bothering me? Why you keep bothering me? Why she kept bothering me, y'all? I didn't like it. I didn't know how to handle it. So me and Ebony sitting down and we eating, and I'm quiet. And I'm quiet because I'm thinking, I'm plotting, right? And I just couldn't take it anymore. So we about done with lunch. We probably had like 5 minutes left for lunch. I remember this because I kept looking at the clock. And I don't know, I didn't have any fear in me, y'all. Most people, when they have their first fights, they be scared or whatever, I heard. But I wasn't scared. I didn't feel no way. I was just ready to get it over with, right? I wanted her to leave me alone. That's what it was. So lunch was like 5 minutes before it was about to end. Me and Ebony, we sitting at the table, we talking. She telling me don't worry about it. I'm like, I'm not. But I really was. Whatever. So I had my twist. I rolled my twist up. Well, I twist my twist up and I roll it into a bun. I got this ponytail holder and I wrapped my bun into a ponytail. So just like this, but imagine a twist into a bun, right? So I roll my twist up. I had on some earrings. Y'all see how big these is? These from Fashion Nova. They hurt like a mug, but they so cute. Love them. I've always been a hoop girl. I love hoops. I love hoops, right? I had on hoops. I took my earrings off and I give them to Ebony. I always had like a gold chain. My dad always kept me like in gold jewelry. I'm a gold girl. I took off my chain and I give all that to Ebony. I give her my earrings. I give her my chain and I wrapped up my hair. And Ebony, she was on board. That's my girl. She just knew. She just knew. She probably never seen me like that before, but she just knew we were on go. So she wrapped her hair up and she was like, let's go. Let's get it. So lunch let out. I waited. I waited until everybody went to class. It was like lunch had done been out probably 10 minutes. And me and Ebony, we were still like lingering around. We were stalling, you know what I mean? Because I wanted everybody to be in the classroom so I can go do what I was going to do. So 10 minutes had done let out. The hallways are clear. Everybody's in class. And me and Ebony, we go up to the second floor to that science class where Miss Ruby and her friends was, right? So I get to the class and we standing at the door, me and Ebony. Ebony look at me and she's like, Londa, this what you want to do? And I was like, yep, this what I want to do because that hoe ain't going to keep bothering me, right? I was on go, y'all. So Ebony stood at the door and she had my daddy on speed dial. She had my daddy on speed dial, y'all, because I never been suspended. I'm not a troublemaker. And she just knew she was going to have to call my daddy. So I walk into class and my teacher, I remember him, he was writing on the board. His back was facing toward the board. And I walked in the class. So like when I walked in the class, everybody was paying attention forward to him. He was writing on the board. And nobody seen me walk in the classroom, right? So Ebony's still at the front entrance at the door. I walk right in the classroom. Like I said, the teacher, he's writing on the board, so he don't see nothing. His back is turned. He don't see nothing. I walk up to Ruby. I walk up to where she was. My friends was in the classroom, my so-called friends group. They looked at me and everybody started snickering to each other. You know what I mean? They didn't know what I was going to do. Because only Ebony knew what I was going to do. So, and Ebony was there for backup in case I got jumped. But I didn't end up getting jumped. So I walked right up to Ruby in her desk and she looked, I had tapped her on her shoulder. I walk up, I tapped on her shoulder, and I said, "Get up." Y'all, she stood up. And when she stood up, I surprised the hell out of myself. She stood up and I boop, boop, punched her right in her mouth. I punched her right in her mouth, and we was getting it, y'all. We were getting it, y'all. We was getting in that classroom. The teacher was still writing on the desk. He had no clue what was going on. Y'all, I hit on her shit. Like, I hit on her mouth. We were fighting. She kept trying to pull my twist. I remember my butt came out. She had me by the hair, and she was hitting me a little bit, y'all. But I was getting it, y'all. I don't know what happened, what got into me. I wanted it to end. Y'all, I just remember boop, boop, boop. Now, this kind of funny, y'all. This kind of funny. She did pass gas while we were fighting. And it was stank as fuck. It was stank as hell. Like, I remember she passed gas while we were fighting, y'all. And that's just cut up. Anyway, we were getting it. I was getting it in. Surprised myself, y'all. Beat her up. And I ain't gonna lie, she had gave me a blood clot in my eye, not from a punch. I don't know. I didn't even feel it. Must have from one of her nails. One of her nails scratched my eyeball, in the white part I had like a little blood clot for a couple days. But she didn't put like she pulled my twist from out of the bun and she gave me a little blood clot because she scratched my eyeball. And she passed gas, so embarrassing. Everybody heard it. And I beat her fucking ass. Excuse me. And I beat her butt because who you playing with? I was so surprised in myself, y'all. So while we fighting, I remember she had my twist and I'm still swinging on her. I'm uppercut and I'm hitting her whichever way. My eyes is open. I remember her eyes was closed. How you gonna fight with your eyes closed? This is my first fight. Is it yours? Like, how you gonna fight with your eyes closed? That don't make no sense. So I remember I had my twist were in my face and I can see her face and she like this. How you gonna fight with your eyes closed, girl? That's why I got one up on her. I hope that taught her a lesson. Anyway, I remember her eyes was closed and I'm just boo, boo, boo. It's crazy, y'all. Anyway, the securities come in, they pull me. I still had my twist all in my face, y'all. I'm just fighting the best way I could, beat her butt. The security come, pull me off of her, pick her up off the ground. I can hear Ebony by the door was like, "Oh, Mr. James," that's my daddy. "Mr. James, please come. Yolanda just got in a fight." she just got in a fight, right? And I'm not tooting my own horn, y'all. I'm really not. Like, this was my first. I think this probably was her first fight too. I didn't want no beef. I didn't want her bothering me anymore. So yeah, I beat her up. And it was crazy. I won't even say I beat her up, but I gave her a good whipping. I gave her a good whipping. A good whipping. So, fast forward from that fight. Well, actually, let me go back and make it really quick. The securities took me down to the office, child. My daddy, I only stayed like 15 minutes away. My daddy was already halfway to the school, whatever. Ebony had my things in her hand, walking to the office, following me. The security sent me to the principal office. I walked through the office. The people in the office, they looking at me surprised because they like, "Yolanda? I never been in trouble. Never been in trouble." They were so surprised I got in a fight, y'all. They take me to the principal office. I remember them bringing her through the office, child. And they were staring at her, looking at her like, "Dang, you got beat up." It's crazy. And yeah, fast forward. I got suspended for 3 days. No, they suspended me for 5 days. They suspended me for 5 days and they gave her 3 days. They gave me 5 days because they said I walked in the classroom and I hit her and I started to fight. I mean, that's common sense. So they gave me 5 days. They gave her 3 days. Fast forward, y'all. I did my 5 days. I'm home chilling. My daddy did not. I wasn't on punishment or nothing like that. That was my first time being suspended. So my daddy just knew she had to bother me in order for me to walk in class and hit her like that. I'm home chilling. Ebony talking. She calling me and she keeping me updated. She was like, "You know your little friend group? They talking about you. They said, oh, you just walk in the classroom and you act like an animal. You hit that girl and you this, you that." My friend group, the ones who were supposed to be my friends, telling me how she stole my money out of my book bag. Okay, bet. So my 5 days was up. The next Monday, I come to school. My daddy dropped me off. I'm walking through in front of the school. I see my little friend group there in front of the school looking at me, waiting for me to come in. They standing at the entrance. I walked past them and east every last one of them. All four of them, looked them up and down and kept walking. Till this day, I never spoke to them again. When I cut people off, I cut people off. Never spoke to them. I had new friends after that. After that, I never spoke to them again. Little Miss Ruby, she never bothered me again. I used to see her through the hallway. She never said nothing. She never spoke. She never laughed again. She never stole from me again. She never said anything to me after that, honey. Me and Ebony, that was my friend girl. We was good. You know, that's my girl. Like the school year ended up going out. She graduated and I ended up making new friends, y'all, because I joined the band. But that was the story time how this girl thought she was gonna bully me, and she just thought she was gonna bully me and have no repercussions, honey. Not me. I seen her. Had went to Winn Dixie. Don't know if Winn Dixie. Winn Dixie should be universal. That sounds stupid. I was in Winn Dixie recently, and guess who was my cashier? Little Miss Ruby. Little Miss Ruby. I didn't say nothing. We just made eye contact. She know what it is. She know what it is. She just rung my stuff up and I just left. But that just gave me like a flashback of how she thought she was gonna little girl me and I wasn't gonna do nothing. That's crazy, y'all. I never really had like a major. Oh yes, I did. I did have a fight. I had a real big fight after that when I got like grown. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, y'all, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below if you ever been to a crazy fight like that. Any type of crazy situation. Leave a comment. Like this video and hit your notification bell so you can keep up with me and know when I upload. And your girl is out. Peace.